Hello students. So today I am doing class for class 10. Now let's do today problems from Madhyamik question papers. So till now we have covered the topics how to solve a quadratic equation, theory of quadratic equation, simple interest and compound interest. So we have covered 4 topics so far. Let's do this chapter. Let's again revise this chapter, but we will do problems from Madhyamik question papers for all these 4 chapters, right? So now, this question is from Madhyamik Pariksha 2017, right? So question number 1, you choose the correct answer. You have to choose the correct answer. You have to write down the correct answer. Okay, there is multiple choice question, right? So question number 1 is if the ratio of principal and yearly amount be in the ratio 25:28. That is, you know ratio, you have done it in class 8 or 9, ratio A:B, like that. That is actually it is a fraction, A upon B. So in terms of ratio it can be written as A:B. Okay. So if the ratio of principal and yearly amount be in the ratio 25:28. That means here the ratio between the principal and the yearly amount, yearly means 1 year, yearly amount is given as 25:28. That is, principal is to amount is equal to 25:28. So it is given, okay. Then the yearly interest, that is, you have to find out the rate of interest per annum. So what is the rate of interest per annum? So 4 options are given out here. You have to choose the correct option, right? So let's do this question now. Now each question carries 1 mark here. So you should say multiple choice question here दिएको छ. यो multiple choice question को marks चाहिँ कति हुन्छ रे? Each question carries 1 mark only. Okay? So let's do this question now. So now solution. So ratio is equal to principal is to amount, isn't it? Principal is to amount, which is equal to, what is the principal here? 25 is to amount is 28. The ratio means if you multiply this first number by some quantity, this second term is also multiplied by the same quantity here. If you multiply 25 by 2, you have to multiply 28 by 2. If it is increased twice, this 28 is also increased twice. If 25 is increased twice, this 28 is also increased twice. यदि यो 25 2 गुना बेसी भयो भने 28 पनि के हुन्छ 2 गुना बेसी नै हुन्छ. That means if 25 is increased by 2 times, this 28 is also increased by 2 times. Okay. So if you multiply 25 by x, this 28 should also be multiplied by x. Okay. So let us assume amount as well as principal. Let the amount be rupees 28x. Let the amount be rupees 28x. So what is the principal now? So according to this ratio, principal is equal to rupees 25x. Principal is equal to rupees 25x. Okay. Now let us find out the interest now. Let us find out the interest here. Or what is the formula for I? I is equal to A minus P. Right? So you know this formula, I is equal to A minus P. Right? So therefore I is equal to, what is the amount in this case? 28x. So 28x minus, what is the principal? Minus 25x. Right? So therefore I is equal to, this is rupees 3x. The interest for the rupees 3x. Okay? So now we have to calculate the rate of interest per annum, that is yearly. Then the yearly, sorry, this is then the yearly rate of interest. Yearly rate of interest. Okay, you have to calculate the yearly rate of interest. You have to find out the yearly rate of interest. That is, you have to get the value for R, right? So we know the formula. I is equal to PRT upon 100. You know this formula, isn't it? So what is I here? I is 3x is equal to, what is the principal? What is the principal? 25x. 25x into what is the rate? We don't know. R into what is the time? Yearly amount. That means 1 year. So T is 1 year divided by 100. So below 3x there is 1. Okay. From both the sides in the numerator there is common term, that is x. You can cancel them. X gets cancels. 25 ones are 25, 25 fours are 100. That means we get here 3 by 1 is equal to R by 4. Now this is an equation, you can solve it. You can do cross multiplication. So what do we get? 1 into R is equal to 1 into R is R. It's equal to 4 3s are 12. So what is the yearly rate of interest? So yearly rate of interest is equal to how much is it? It is 12%. So which is the correct option here? That is number B. So number B, 12% is correct. So number B, 12% is correct. So you have understood? So this is the answer. Now we'll do the next question from Madhyamik papers, right? So now we'll do the next question, that is 2 number 1. So under what condition one root of the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is 0? So number A option is A is equal to 0, number B option B is equal to 0, number C option C is equal to 0, or number D is none of these. So what is the condition? That one root of the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 will be 0. तो त्यो एउटा कन्डिसन निकाल्नु पर्छ. त्यो कन्डिसनमा चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि यदि यो ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, यो जुन चाहिँ क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेसन छ, यसको क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेसन भनेको चाहिँ इट गिव्स टु रुट्स अफ x. तर यहाँ चाहिँ कुन चाहिँ कन्डिसन भयो चाहिँ एउटा रुट चाहिँ 0 हुन्छ भनेर भन्दैछ. एउटा रुट चाहिँ 0, एउटा रुट मात्रै 0 हुनुपर्छ. So what is the condition? So now what is the condition? That one root of the given quadratic equation will be 0, right? So here the given quadratic equation is what? Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, right? Suppose this c is equal to 0. Let us check it. If c is equal to 0, then this term vanishes. Then there is no term containing c if c is equal to 0, right? So here x is common. So within bracket we have ax plus b only. So either x is equal to 0 or ax plus b is equal to 0. That means one root of the quadratic equation will be 0, right? So let us check it. Putting c is equal to 0. Putting c is equal to 0. Therefore, ax square plus bx will be equal to 0, right? So what is common out here? It is x within bracket. Ax plus b is equal to 0. So you can write either or. So either x is equal to 0 or ax plus b is equal to 0. So here x is equal to, or this ax. Now plus b, it becomes minus b on the right hand side. Or what is x is equal to? This is minus b by a. So one of the root is 0. X is equal to 0. Ax plus b is equal to 0. That ax is equal to minus b or x is equal to minus b by a. This is the non-zero root. this is the non-zero root, but this is the zero root. So what is the condition? That one root of the quadratic equation will be 0, that is c is equal to 0. The condition is what? The condition is c is equal to 0. The answer for this question is c is equal to 0. That means which is the correct option? Number C. That is number C. C is equal to 0 is correct. That is number C. C is equal to 0 is the correct answer. Is that clear now? So you can copy it. You try to understand it. Now we'll do the next question. So now, next question is from Madhyamik Pariksha 2018. The question is number 1, choose the correct answer. This is also multiple choice question. Okay, so number 1 is interest on rupees A at the simple interest 10% per annum for B months is what? A, B, C or D. So that means in this case you have to find out the interest. Which is the correct interest here? On rupees what? Rupees A. What is this rupees A? It is the principal. At the simple interest 10% per annum. This is the problem from simple interest. What is the rate of simple interest per annum? 10%. For how many months? B months. So you months like you have to convert into year. You know how to convert month into year, isn't it? That month should be divided by 12 to get or to convert it into year. Right? So now let us do the solution. You have to find out the interest now. So here, what is the principal? Rupees A. What is the rate of interest, simple interest per annum? It is 10%. What is the time given here? What is the time? B months. B months. It should be converted into year. It should be divided by 12. 12. B by 12 year. Month should be divided by 12 to convert it into year. Because you know that 1 year is equal to 12 months. 1 year ma kati months huncha? 12 months huncha. That means you have to convert into year. So 12 month should be written on the left hand side. 12 month is equal to 1 year. Right? 1 month is equal to 1 by 12 year. So it is B months. So B months is equal to B by 12 year. Right? So it is B by 12 year. So this is the time. So you have to calculate the interest. Which is the correct interest out here? Let us calculate it. So therefore I is equal to, what is the formula for interest? I is equal to PRT upon 100. Right? So let us find out the interest now. So now write down what is I is equal to. So I is equal to rupees. What is the principal now? A. What is the rate? 10. What is the time? B by 12. So whole divided by this is 100. Is that right? So next, here you can cancel this 0, 0. So or I is equal to rupees. Now in the numerator this is A into B is AB. Now these 12 and 10 are in the denominator. What is 12 tens are? 120. These 12 and 10 should be multiplied. So 12 tens are 120. So what is the required interest? It is rupees AB divided by 120. So which is the correct option here? That is number B is the correct option. So therefore B rupees AB by 120 is correct. Is correct. So this is the correct answer. Okay, so you can copy it. So let's do the next question now. So now This question is from Madhyamik Pariksha 2020, this year. Okay. So number one, here also choose the correct answer. You have to choose the correct option, right? The options are A, B, C and D. A, B, C and this is D, right? So what is the question here? If a principal becomes twice of it in 10 years, कुनै एउटा प्रिन्सिपल यसको 2 गुना हुँदैछ, कुनै एउटा प्रिन्सिपल यसको 2 गुना हुँदैछ भने त्यो चाहिँ के हुन्छ? अमाउन्ट हुन्छ. In how many years? 10 years. Then you have to find out the rate of simple interest per annum, right? 10 वर्षमा कुनै एउटा प्रिन्सिपल त्यसको डबल हुँदैछ, हैन? तर डबल हुँदैछ भने चाहिँ त्यो के हुन्छ? अमाउन्ट हुन्छ. ठीक छ? So now let us do this problem. Let us assume the principal as rupees X. Let the principal be rupees X. So in 10 years it will be doubled. That will be your amount. So therefore amount is equal to rupees twice X. In how many years? 10 years. This principal will be double itself. After how many years? 10 years. So if the principal is rupees X, then it is double. That will be the amount. So amount is equal to rupees 2X. So what is the interest now? I is equal to A minus P, or I is equal to rupees. What is the amount here? 2X minus principal is X. So I is equal to rupees X. Is that clear now? That's the next. What is the time given here? What is T is equal to? T is equal to 10 years. Now we have to find out the rate of simple interest per annum. That is, you have to get the value for R. So R is equal to question mark. Is that clear? Now let us write down the formula for interest, simple interest. So I is equal to, this is PRT upon 100, right? So, or what is I here? It is X. What is the principal out here? This is also X. Into what is the rate? R. Into what is the time? 10 whole divided by 100. So on the left hand side there is only X. So below X there is 1. Okay. So is equal to, there is expression on the left hand side, is equal to, there is expression on the right hand side. On the left of is equal to there is X. On the right of is equal to there is X. Both are in the numerator. So this common term can be cancelled, right? And this one also gets cancels. So what do we get? 1 upon 1 is equal to R upon 10. 1 upon 1 is equal to R upon 10. So if you cross multiply them, what do we get? R is equal to 10%. So what is the rate of simple interest per annum? It is 10%. So which is the correct option now here? That is B. 10% is correct. That is 10% is correct. So which is the correct option out here? It is number B. Is it understood? So you can copy it. We'll do the next question now. So now let's do same Madhyamik Pariksha 2020 question number 1 go 2 I would say. You have to choose the correct option here also. So number 2 question is the product of two roots of the equation x square minus 7x plus 3 is equal to 0 each. Which is the correct option? 7, number A is 7, number B is minus 7, C is 3 and D is minus 3. So which is the correct option? So you should know the sum of the roots and the product of the roots. We have done it in theory of quadratic equation, isn't it? So if you have the equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. What is the formula for sum of the roots? What is the sum of the roots? What is the formula for sum of the roots? Yes, it is minus b by e, right? And then what is the product of the roots? So what will be the product of the roots? What is the product of the roots? Which is equal to C by A. Right? So let us use this formula to get the product of the two roots of the given equation. Right? So now solution. Given equation is, what is the given equation here? It is x square minus 7x plus 3 is equal to 0. Okay? So now this a is the coefficient of x square, this b is the coefficient of x, and c is the constant term here. So let us compare this quadratic equation with that quadratic equation. Right? So here a, what is the coefficient of x square? 1. So here a is equal to 1. This is b. What is the coefficient of b here? Minus 7. That is b is equal to minus 7. What is the value for c in this case? It is c is equal to 3. But in this case, you have to find out the product of the two roots of the equation. In the question, it is asked to determine the product of the two roots of the given equation. Right? So therefore, product of two roots of the equation, product of two roots of the equation is equal to, what is the formula? Product of the two roots of the equation, what is the formula here? C upon A, which is equal to, what is C? C value, what is that? 3 divided, what is the value for A? 1, which is equal to 3 only. So what is the product of the two roots of the equation? It is 3. Product of the roots of the equation is what? 3. Which is the correct option? C is the correct option. That is C, 3 is correct. So I think you have understood it. You have to use this formula. We have done it in theory of quadratic equation. That is, if the quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, then what is the sum of the roots? Is equal to minus b by a. And what is the product of the roots? It is c upon a. Is it clear? So using this formula, we can do this question. Okay, you have understood? So 3 is the correct answer. So we can copy it. We'll do the next one now. So now we will do another type of problem. That is, this problem is from Madhyamik 2018. This is question number 2. So in the question number 2, you will get the this type of question, that is fill up the blanks. You have to fill up the blanks, right? Khali thau bhadai. So number 1 from Madhyamik 2018. If the simple interest of a principal for n years at r% per annum be rupees PNR by 25. So this is given as simple interest. What is simple interest? Is equal to rupees PNR divided by 25. कुनै एउटा प्रिन्सिपल को simple interest चाहिँ कति दिएको छ? PNR by 25. For how many years? N years. कति rate of interest per annum? Small r% per annum. PA means per annum, एक वर्ष. Right? Then the principal will be what? You have to fill in the blanks. So let the principal be rupees. Let the principal be rupees X, suppose. Right? Now what is the simple interest given as? Simple interest is equal to rupees PNR divided by 25. What is the time in this case? What is T is equal to? N years, right? And what is the rate of interest per annum? Simple, that is rate of simple interest per annum is small r%. So you have to find out what? You have to find out the principal. Okay, so we know that what is the formula for simple interest? It is PRT upon 100, right? So, or what is the interest in this case? What is the interest? PNR by 25. PNR by 25 is equal to, what is the principal that we have assumed here? It is X into, what is the rate of simple interest per annum? It is small r. into what is the time t? T is equal to n whole divided by 100. त यहाँ के छ भन्दाखेरि यो इज इक्वल टु को लेफ्ट पट्टि यो इज इक्वल टु को राइट पट्टि छ। त इज इक्वल टु को लेफ्ट पट्टि र इज इक्वल टु राइट पट्टि छ भने हामी माथि माथि कमन टर्म क्यान्सल गर्छौं, तल तल कमन टर्म क्यान्सल गर्छौं। ठीक छ? So 25 ones are 25, 25 fours are 100. And in the numerator you can cancel this r, that is one time, and this n will be cancelled. So or it is p by 1 is equal to x upon 4, right? So this is p by 1 and this is x by 4. Now you can do cross multiplication. X is equal to 4p. So what is the required principal here? What is the principal in this case? So principal is equal to rupees 4p. So this is the answer. So in the in the blank, in this space, in this dash, what will you write? You should write 4p. So 4p is the correct answer. So what is the required principal here? It is 4p. So the answer for this question number 2, number 1 is rupees 4p. Understood? So this also carries 1 mark, right? So now let's do next question. So now we will do the next question. This is also from Madhyamik 2018. Number 2, fill up the blanks. So question number 2. What is question number 2 here? The equation a minus 2 within bracket then x square plus 3x plus 5 is equal to 0 will not be a quadratic equation for a is equal to what? Right? The here question it is a quadratic equation because there is x square. Because there is a term containing x square. If an equation contains the term x square, then that is a quadratic equation. But you have to get the value for a for which this quadratic equation will not be a quadratic equation. So, कुनै एउटा quadratic equation कति बेला quadratic equation हुँदैन if there is no term containing x square. यदि कुनै एउटा इक्वेसनमा x स्क्वायर टर्म छैन भने चाहिँ त्यसलाई हामी त्यो के हो, दिस इज नो लnger a quadratic equation. बुझ्यौ? कुनै एउटा इक्वेसनमा चाहिँ x स्क्वायर टर्म छैन भने चाहिँ त्यो क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेसन होइन. बुझ्नुहुन्छ हैन? जस्तै ax स्क्वायर प्लस bx प्लस c इज इक्वल टु 0 यो क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेसनमा यदि a इज इक्वल टु 0 भयो भने यो हराएर जान्छ. That means bx plus c is equal to 0 मात्रै हुन्छ. So this is not a quadratic equation. यसलाई हामी भन्छौं linear equation in x. The similarly here also you have to get the value for a for which this quadratic equation will not be a quadratic equation. That means there should not be no term containing x square, right? So here the given quadratic equation is a minus 2x square plus 3x plus 5 is equal to 0. This is a given quadratic equation. So this quadratic equation will not be a quadratic equation if the coefficient of x square is 0. That means if there is no term containing x square, then this quadratic equation will not be a quadratic equation. So in that case, this a minus 2 should be 0. Then only 0 into x square will be 0, isn't it? So this equation will not be a quadratic equation. Will not be a quadratic equation. This equation will not be a quadratic equation if a minus 2 is equal to 0. यदि a minus 2 को value 0 भयो भने this 0 into x square will be 0. That means there is no term containing x square and this will not be a quadratic equation. In that case, this is known as linear equation in x. So for this quadratic equation, not to be a quadratic equation, a minus 2 should be equal to 0. That means, therefore, a is equal to 2 is the answer. So, in the fill of the blanks, you should write a is equal to 2. This is the correct answer. Is that clear now? So, you can copy it. So now let's do question from Madhyamik 2020. This is also fill of the blanks. That is question number 2. The roots of the quadratic equation ax square plus 2bx plus c is equal to 0. That is, a is not equal to 0. Because if a is equal to 0, this will not be a quadratic equation. That's why it's given a not equal to 0. Are real and equal. Real means defined and should be equal. Then b square is equal to what? You have to find out b square is equal to fill up the blanks, isn't it? So in this case, you should know the formula for the condition. So quadratic equation ko roots say kati bela equal huncha, हैन? So there was a formula ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. If the quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, then the roots of this quadratic equation are real and equal if b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. And this is known as discriminant. This is known as what? Discriminant. So we did this formula, isn't it? So the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 has roots real and equal if b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. And this b square minus 4ac is known as a determinant. So we have to use this formula for this case. What is the given quadratic equation here? Given quadratic equation is, what is it? Ax square plus 2bx plus c is equal to 0. Now, the roots of this quadratic equation are real and equal. Then b square is equal to what? And your question so दिएको छ. The यहाँ a is equal to कति छ? a नै छ. तर what is the value for b? It is 2b. What is the value for c? It is c only. So discriminant is b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. So now, what is the discriminant? B square. But what is b square here? It is 2b whole square, right? You can't write only b here. In the question it is given instead of b there is 2b. So it is 2b whole square. Then minus 4 into, what is the value for a in this case? It is a. And what is the value for c in this case? It is c only. So which is equal to 0, right? So, or let us simplify it. This is 4b square is equal to now minus 4ac, take it to the right side. It is equal to 4ac, right? So 4 gets cancels. So what is b square is equal to ac. So what will be there in fill of the blanks? It is ac only. So b square is equal to what? It is ac. So ac is the correct answer here. Understood? So if you write only b here, the answer will be wrong. Because instead of b, there is 2b is given out here. Okay? So the answer is, if you simplify it, you will get b square is equal to ac. Is it clear to all of you? So ac is the correct answer. So we'll do the next question now. Now, we will do another type of problem, that is question number 3. In question number 3, you will get the question of this type, write true or false, whether the given statement is true or false, okay? So now the question is, at the same rate of interest, at the same rate of interest, the simple interest for 2 years is more than the compound interest on the same principal. So in the question, the statement is given that the simple interest for 2 years, the simple interest for 2 years is more than the compound interest on the same principal, right? So it is wrong, because compound interest is always greater than the simple interest. You should know that, right? But compound interest and simple interest are same for the first year. For the first year, compound interest and simple interest are same. यो चाहिँ याद गर्नु थियो मैले, बुझ्नु? For the first year, compound interest को भ्यालु र simple interest को भ्यालु चाहिँ के हुन्छ रे? सेम हुन्छ, बुझ्नु? तर जति वर्ष बढ्दै जान्छ, after 2 years, after 2 years, after 3 years, after 4 years, compound interest will be more than the simple interest. So you should know it, right? But in this case, it is given that the simple interest for 2 years is more than the compound interest on the same principle. Is it correct? The statement is false, because compound interest will be more than the simple interest for 2 years on the same principle. Okay? So here you should write the statement is false. But you have to keep in mind that compound interest and simple interest for the first year will always be same. The पहिलो वर्षको लागि चाहिँ compound interest र simple interest चाहिँ के हुन्छ रे? सेम हुन्छ भनेर याद गर्ने तिमीले. तर after 2 years, that means after 2 years or more than after 2 years, the compound interest will always be greater than the simple interest. Is that clear? Germany compound interest simple interest भन्दा चाहिँ compound interest चाहिँ एकदमै ज्यादा भएर जान्छ. बुझ्नु छैन? After 2 years. Is that clear now? So we'll do the next question again. So now, this question is from Madhyamik 2020. So this is question number 3, write true or false. Whether the given statement is true or false, we have to check it. So number 1 is the amount of rupees 2p. The amount of rupees 2p in T years at the rate of simple interest of R by 2% per annum is rupees 2p plus PRT by 100. So here, you have to understand this question. Amount is given as 2p plus PRT by 100. If this 2p is the principal, time is T years, and the rate of simple interest per annum is R by 2%. The amount will be 2p plus PRT by 100. Is it correct or wrong? You have to check. You have to check the statement, whether the statement is true or false. Is that clear? So let us check it. So the amount of rupees 2p, this is the principal, that is P, capital P is equal to rupees 2p, right? For T years, what is the time given here? T is equal to, capital T is equal to small t years, right? And the rate of simple interest of R by 2%, that is capital R is equal to R by 2%. So whether this amount, this is the value for the amount, whether this amount is correct or wrong, you have to check it, right? So now let us find out the interest first. Therefore, what is I is equal to? This is PRT upon 100, right? So therefore, I is equal to, what is here? I is equal to, this is rupees, right? I is equal to rupees. What is P here? It is twice P into, what is the rate? R by 2 into, what is the time here? It is small t divided by 100. By formula, it is divided by 100. Okay? So now, in this case, this 2 gets cancel it. Therefore, I is equal to rupees. Now it is PRT upon 100. So this is your interest. but you have to calculate the amount. Okay, what is the formula for amount? Amount is equal to principal plus interest. That is A is equal to P plus I, or A is equal to, what is the principal out here? It is twice P, so it is rupees twice P plus, what is the interest now? Just now we have determined it, that is PRT by 100. That is, it is PRT by 100, right? So this is the required amount. So required amount is equal to rupees twice P plus PRT by 100. Is it correct? Yes. In the question also, the same amount is given. That is 2P plus PRT by 100. So this is the correct statement. Therefore, the statement is true. Therefore, the statement is true. So you have understood the question. Okay. So we'll do the next question again. So now we'll do the next question. This is from Madhyamik Pariksha 2017. The question is, number is 4 number 1. So this question carries 2 marks only, right? So in question number 4 you will get 12 questions and you have to attempt only 10 questions out of 12 questions, and each question carries 2 marks. That is, total marks in this number is 10 to 20. Okay. So question number 4 is, a sum of money is doubled in 8 years at R% rate of compound interest per annum. A sum of money is doubled in how many years? 8 years. A sum of money is doubled in 8 years at R% compound interest per annum. So this is the problem from compound interest. Okay. So at the same rate, in how many years it will be 4 times of the sum? So you have to use the same rate. So in how many years will it be 4 times the sum? In how many years will it be 4 times of the sum? So in the first part it is given that a sum of money will be doubled in how many years? 8 years at the rate of R% compound interest per annum. So you have to find out at the same rate in how many years will it be 4 times the summation. The summation here means it is the principal. Okay. Now for the first part, let us assume the sum of money. So solution, let the sum of money be rupees X. Okay, that is your principal. Therefore, principal is equal to rupees X. Now, it will be doubled in how many years? 8 years. Double means the amount becomes rupees twice X in how many years? 8 years, right? So, amount is equal to, it will be double of principal, that is twice X. In how many years? That is N is equal to 8 years, right? What is the given rate of compound interest per annum? It is small r is equal to R%. So this is the problem of compound interest. So what is the formula? That is A is equal to P within bracket 1 plus R upon 100 whole to the power N, right? What is the amount in this case? 2x, or that is 2x is equal to, what is the principal here? X, right? Principal is X, and 1 plus, what is R here? R is R% itself, R by 100 whole to the power, what is the value for N here? It is 8. Correct? Now here, from both the sides, there are common term here, X. You can cancel this X. Or 2 is equal to 1 plus R upon 100 whole to the power 8. Let us mark it as number 1. Now you have to find out at the same rate in how many years, at the same rate in how many years it will be 4 times of the sum. So you have to find out at the same rate in how many years will it be 4 times of the sum भनेर भन्दैछ। अब हामीले प्रिन्सिपल अघि हामीले कति सपोज गरेको थियौ x, अब कति टाइम्स हुन्छ यसको 4 टाइम्स हुन्छ। कति वर्ष पछाडी चाहिँ त्यो प्रिन्सिपलको 4 टाइम्स हुन्छ भनेर भन्दैछ। बुझ्यो? So now we have to find out n is equal to question mark principal is equal to rupees x. Now the amount will be 4 times of principal. So a is equal to rupees 4x. A is equal to what? Rupees 4x. Is that clear? So now a is equal to rupees 4x, p is equal to rupees x principal, n is equal to question mark. What is the rate of interest? That is r is equal to r%. So now in this case also you have to use the same formula, that is capital A is equal to. So what is capital A is equal to P within bracket 1 plus r upon 100 whole to the power n. So you have to find out at what rate, that is at the same rate in how many years will it be 4 times the summation, right? अब चाहिँ के हुन्छ, अब जुन चाहिँ अमाउन्ट छ त्यो अमाउन्ट चाहिँ प्रिन्सिपलको 4 गुना ज्यादा हुन्छ। बुझ्नु छैन? So we will use the same formula in this case also, that is capital A is equal to P into 1 plus r upon 100 whole to the power n. So here now n is the unknown quantity. You have to find out that value of n. That means it will give you in how many years will it be 4 times of the sum. Okay? So or what is a now? 4x. What is the principal in this case? X within bracket 1 plus r upon 100 whole to the power n, right? So in this case also you can cancel this x, cancel them, or 4 is equal to 1 plus r upon 100 whole to the power n, right? But from number 1 we know the value for 1 plus r upon 100 whole to the power 8 is equal to 2, right? From number 1 we know that 1 plus r upon 100 whole to the power 8 is equal to 2. Let us write it in the form of 1 plus r upon 100 whole to the power 8. So that from 1 we can write, instead of 1 plus r upon 100 whole to the power 8, that is we can write 2. Okay? So or 4 is equal to 1 plus r upon 100, let us write here 8 into. So what will you write there? So by which number will you multiply 8 to get n only? That is n by 8. This should be n upon 8, right? So you have understood, that is 8 into n by 8 will give you n, right? So now in the next step, or 4 is equal to, now let us write it within second bracket, 1 plus r upon 100 whole to the power 8, second bracket closed, whole to the power n by 8, right? So or 4 is equal to, what is the value for 1 plus r upon 100 whole to the power 8 from this number 1? It is 2. You can write here 2 to the power n by 8. Okay? Now we can write this 4 in terms of 2 whole square. This is 2 whole square is equal to n up. 2 whole square is equal to 2 whole to the power n upon 8. Okay? So now you know laws of indices in class 9. I think you did it. Laws of indices, right? So if the bases are equal, these are known as the bases. If the bases are equal, powers must be equal. That is 2 is equal to n upon 8. That means you can cross multiply it. So if the bases are equal, powers must be equal. So 2 is equal to n upon 8. So below 2 there is 1. So if you cross multiply, what do we get? 1 into n is equal to 2 8s are 16. So in how many years it will be 4 times of the sum? So in 16 years. So therefore the amount will be, therefore amount will be 4 times of the sum in how many years? 16 years. So this is the answer. That is, the amount will be 4 times of the sum in how many years? 16 years. So amount will be 4 times of the sum in how many years? In 16 years. So this is the answer. So amount will be 4 times of the sum in how many years? 16 years. The 16 वर्ष पछाडि चाहिँ कुनै एउटा अमाउन्ट चाहिँ प्रिन्सिपलको कति गुना हुन्छ? 4 गुना हुन्छ. So 16 years is the answer. Okay? So we'll do the next question now. So now we'll do question number 4.3. This question also carries 2 marks. So without solving, find the values of p for which the equation x square plus p minus 3 into x plus p is equal to 0 has real and equal roots. यहाँ जुन चाहिँ quadratic equation दिएको छ, यो quadratic equation को root चाहिँ कस्तो छ भन्दै छ? The roots are real and equal. Okay? So you have to find out the values of p. So you know the condition. The condition for the roots to be equal, that is, if the quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay? If the quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, then the roots of this quadratic equation will be real and equal if that discriminant is equal to 0. That is, b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. Now let us write down the given quadratic equation here. So now this is the solution. X square plus p minus 3 into x plus p is equal to 0. So let us compare these two equations. A is equal to 1. A is equal to 1. This is A is equal to 1, right? So b is equal to p minus 3. B is equal to p minus 3. Okay, b is equal to p minus 3. And what is c here? C is equal to p. Now in the question it is given that the roots of this quadratic equation are real and equal. So now the roots of the equation are real and equal. So what is the condition? Discriminant is equal to 0. That is, b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. B square minus 4ac is equal to 0. Or what is b whole square? It is p minus 3 whole square minus 4 into what is a? 1. And what is c? It is p, which is equal to 0. Now you know this formula, a minus b whole square. What is a minus b whole square? What is the formula for a minus b whole square, which is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square? This is the formula. A minus b whole square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. Okay? So now let us use the formula here. So, or this is, what is a whole square? This is p whole square minus twice ab minus twice into what is a? P, and what is b? It is 3 plus, what is b whole square? 3 whole square. What is b whole square? That is 3 whole square, right? So a square minus 2ab plus b whole square. P whole square minus 2 into p into 3 plus b whole square is 3 whole square minus 4p. 4 into 1 into p, that is 4p, which is equal to 0. Right? So let us simplify it. Or p square minus 6p plus 9 minus 4p is equal to 0. Right? Or p square minus 6p minus 4p. Minus 6p minus 4p, same sign, you have to add them. So it is minus 10p, and you have to write down the sign of the greater number, that is minus 10p, then plus 9 is equal to 0. So let us factorize it, middle term breaking. So you have to break this 10 in such a way that if you multiply the two numbers, you should get 9, and after adding, since this is positive here, so after adding those two numbers, you should get 10. That means 9 plus 1 is 10, and 9 ones are 9. Okay? Or p square minus within bracket 9 plus 1 into p plus 9 is equal to 0. Right? So let us simplify it now again. Or p square minus 9p minus p plus 9 is equal to 0. Or what is common in this case? P minus 9 minus 1 common, p minus 9 is equal to 0. You know how to factorize it, right? Or this is p minus 9 into p minus 1 is equal to 0, right? So either p minus 9 is equal to 0, or p minus 1 is equal to 0. That is, here we get p is equal to 9, or this is p is equal to 1. So now in this case, you have to get the values of p. So we have got it. That is, p is equal to 9 or 1. So this is the answer. So for what values of p? So you have to find out the values of p for which the given quadratic equation has real and equal roots. So what are those values of p? It is p is equal to 9 or 1. Okay, you have understood? So now I'll give you some homework from the question paper, right? So you can practice it at home. Okay? So this will be your homework. You can do it at home. Okay. So this question is from Madhyamik Pariksha 2020. So for number 1 is, if the ratio of a principal and the amounts for 5 years is 5:6. Principal is to amount is given 5:6. Then find the rate of simple interest per annum. बुझ्यो, 1 वर्षमा निकाल्नु. Principal is to amount चाहिँ दिएको छ 5:6. You have to find out the rate of simple interest per annum. 1 वर्षमा rate of interest कति हुन्छ त्यो निकाल्ने. ठीक छ? अनि अर्को छ 4 number 4 मा छ same माध्यमिक परीक्षा 2020. If the roots of the quadratic equation 5x square minus 2x plus 3 is equal to 0 be alpha and beta, find the value of 1 upon alpha plus 1 upon beta. So we have done this type of problem in theory of quadratic equation, so you can do it at home. So if alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equation 5x square minus 2x plus 3 is equal to 0, then you have to find out the value for 1 upon alpha plus 1 upon beta. Okay? So now this is solved. तिमीको जब स्कुल लागेको थियो त्यतिबेला स्कुल लाग्दा हामीले यो क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेसन कसरी सल्भ गर्थ्यौं त्यो हामीले गरिसकेका छौं. त यो दुईटा पनि तिमीले होमवर्क गर्नु. एउटा छ माध्यमिक परीक्षा 2017 बाट, दिस इज सल्भ 6 number 1. यो बुकमा पनि छ, तिमीले गरेको पनि छ. यो solve 6 number 1, 1 upon a plus b plus x is equal to 1 upon a plus 1 upon b plus 1 upon x. You solve this equation to get the value for x. This is from Madhyamik Pariksha 2018. That is 6 number a. What is the question here? X plus 4 upon x minus 4 whole square minus 5 into x plus 4 upon x minus 4 plus 6 is equal to 0. So here I am giving you the hint. You x plus 4 upon x minus 4 यहाँ पनि छ, यहाँ पनि छ. So you can assume x plus 4 upon x minus 4 as a. Small a suppose गर्नु. बुझ्यौ? Small a suppose गरेर पछि तिमीले फेरि small a को जग्गामा x plus 4 upon x minus 4 हालेर you can solve it to get the values of x. Okay? So this type of question we have done it. यो किताबमा पनि छ, तिमीको बुकमा पनि छ. त यो दुईटा पनि तिमीले होमवर्क गर्नु. बुझ्यौ सबैले यो? त आजलाई यति नै गरौँ. त तिमीले घरमा राम्रोसँग रिभिजन गर्नु हामीले 4टा टपिक हामीले कभर अप गरिसक्यौं दैट इज one is how to solve the quadratic equation this one then theory of quadratic equation simple interest and compound interest बुझ्यो त यो तिमीले राम्रोसँग रिभिजन गर्ने त अब म तिमीलाई नेक्स्ट क्लासमा फेरि म अर्को नयाँ टपिक गराउँछु बुझ्यौ न सबैले सो दिस मच इज फर टुडे ओके